The C major scale. It's the building block of all music. Welcome to episode 3. I think this is going to be a 60-minute series, so in under 1 hour you're going to learn how to play guitar. This is great for any adults that have maybe had a guitar in the corner of their room, or maybe if you kind of play the same songs over and over type deal. You just didn't take lessons and you thought, whatever, but you want to play. This is it. What you got to learn is the foundations, and I'm going to explain it to you in normal person talk. I've had guitar teachers in the past that I was looking into this and that, and they were just, their vocabulary was wild, and it was just so, I couldn't comprehend it. I felt like they were kind of talking down to me, to be totally honest. I just didn't get it. I didn't learn it as a kid. I loved gym class. I didn't love music, and I'm sorry, I don't know. Sue me. But now as an adult, I live with a few musicians. I love playing. My dad plays. And I can get through. I've owned a guitar for 20 years, but I just never learned the good stuff. I never learned the foundations. And when I wanted to jam with people, I didn't know what key I was in. I didn't know what key they were in. I didn't know what that meant, in all honesty. And even if I did, I wouldn't know what to do with that information. So for my 32nd birthday, I took guitar theory lessons, and it changed everything. And so in this series, I'm showing you everything I learned. So it's completely free. Enjoy the videos. I really wish I had this information as concise and logistical. I was raised by a Marine Corps logistics officer, so it wasn't very, I didn't have that lifestyle, but I am extremely efficient, and I think I can articulate how the guitar works pretty simply to you. So I hope you get some value out of this. Hit like, hit subscribe, you know the deal. Gotta say it. So, in the first video, we learned what is a guitar, we learned how to hold it, we learned what are the strings, how are they labeled. In the second video, we learned what are the 12 notes in Western music, we learned about sharps, and we learned the entire fretboard so we learned the entire first string and the entire second string. So we're 2/6 of the way through, 1/3, I guess, for all you math wizards. So, the third string, and remember we count from the ground up. First string, second string, we are now on the third string. So we did E, then we did B. This third string is the G string. I'm not a vocalist, but I did hit that. Here we go. So the open, remember we don't have our hand on it, just only strumming with our hand here. G string. And it's that same pattern we just did, those same 12 notes from the last video. A sharp, B, no B sharp. C sharp, D sharp, E, no E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and back to A. We're just going to do that again, but we're going to start on the respective strings that they are. So E, B, and this one's G. So we got G sharp, A sharp. I'm going to keep my fingers out of the way here. Normally I'd play with my fingers spread like this, but I'm keeping my fingers out of the way so you can see. So G sharp, A sharp, B, no B sharps. We go to C sharp, D sharp, E. There's no E sharp, so F sharp. And remember, when we get back to that 12th, and you'll see your double dots here, whatever indicates your 12th fret. Every guitar's got something. Back to G. And anything we just learned on this first 12, the open through 11, those 12 notes, just repeats. So just like here, we did G sharp, A sharp. Right here we do G sharp, A. Same thing. Pretty awesome. So we got E, we got B, we got G. For the first 3 strings, the 4th string, the D string. So for D, no exception. We're going to do the exact same pattern, but we're going to start on D. So D sharp, E, no E sharp, I almost said it. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, there's no B sharp, C sharp, and look at that. When we get back to the 12th, back to D. Pretty sweet. So after that we got D sharp, E, F sharp, G, just like we did up here. D sharp, E, F sharp, and so on. So let's keep it moving. Hey, cheers to you. It's not easy learning things and being vulnerable when you're an adult, especially. So props if you're a kid learning this. If you're a teenager, I wish I'd learned this when I was in high school or college. And if you're an adult, just check your ego at the door, be proud of what you're learning, and just keep going. It's tough to be vulnerable, especially as an adult male in this kind of society we're in right now. You don't want to be bad at something. Like, in your 30s, you should be good at it, but now, like, child, please. Just be ready to learn, be humble about the entire experience, and I think number one, I said at the beginning, and I'm going to say it a million times, just check your ego at the door. Learning stuff that kids learn a lot of times, and you just got to be willing to be vulnerable to get to greatness. No one just picks up a tennis racket and is, Nadal all of a sudden. You got to do your steps, you got to learn, and this is no exception. But let's give ourselves the best chance to succeed by setting up correct muscle memory and knowing where things are, as opposed to just like, that's my best bad guitarist impression. Like, no, you want to be able to... I just played a C major scale that was efficient, my ears in tune. Like, that is a way better way to practice rather than like you're not like doing anything. Like, I get that you're playing guitar, but practice with efficiency and with purpose, as we said. So let's keep it going. I live out here in Colorado, and tons of bluegrass stuff goes on, so a lot of little country and bluegrass licks in my repertoire currently. What I've enjoyed learning that I never would have understood. Here's a little example. Not even going to teach you it, but just like knowing how these scales work. Check this out. So you can move back from the C major scale. So you start with the, what's up, Coons? So when you're moving, you go just that same scale. Standard country little ending there that I already knew just because I know that scale. Never played it before. It was like, oh, I know those notes in succession. And once you kind of get those patterns down, it all becomes so simple. Hey, I want to introduce you guys to somebody. This is actually my good friend Andrew Cooney from 10th Mountain Division. He's an incredible guitarist. And one of his biggest things is, we were talking about checking our ego at the door. I'm going to hand this to him. And I think the biggest thing about Cooney is that he understands the fundamentals, and that's how he got to where he is, and he still loves playing them. So we're never too big for playing the scales. We always practice. And he's going to play you a little tune right now. So once you learn all these, he's going to go ahead and show you what you can get to. So enjoy. Andrew Cooney, everybody.
What key you been doing?
We're learning the C major scale soon, but right now we're just learning the strings. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, Drew.
You're welcome. So that was lesson 3. We learned pretty much everything we need. We got 1 minute left. We're going to go over a few things here, but that was Andrew Cooney again from 10th Mountain Division. And again, I don't care what you play once you learn it, but you got to learn these foundations, and from there, enjoy the freedom, enjoy your ability to play the fretboard and understand it. And when someone says, hey, we're jamming in G, like, hell yeah, we are, and I know what that means. So, let's round out this lesson. So we learned the E string, we learned the B string, we learned the G string, we learned the D string. So the 5th string, the second closest to your face, is the A string. When it's open, when your hand is off, it's just called an open note, that's the A. Then we do A sharp, B, there is no B sharp, so we go C, C sharp, D, D sharp, right to E, which would be the 7th fret, 5th string, and then we go from there. There's no E sharp, so F, F sharp, and so on. This 6th string, the one closest to your face, it's the exact same notes when we're labeling them as the first string we played, because this is also an E. So when we're referencing them, since there's two of them, the first string is the high E, and the second E, or the sixth string, is the low E. It's the exact same notes, so we do E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A, and so on. So you now know all six strings, you know how to hold the guitar. You got to see Andrew Cooney in action, our man. And we're going to keep it going. So remember, check your ego at the door, be humble, let's keep it going. I'll see you in lesson 4, under an hour. Let's do it.